we have Dr. Suresh Kumar Madhusoodhanan, sir, a distinguished leader in the field of global human resources and business development, currently serving as the chairman and managing director of Seagull Group of Companies, Global Human Resource Consultants. Sir holds a doctorate in human resource management from Sabarmati University. With approximately 4 decades of experience, Sir is a recognized leader in human resource management. Under his leadership, Seagull has become one of India's top human resource consultants, serving a large and demanding client base. Sir is also the secretary of the Indo, Gulf and Middle East Chamber of Commerce. His work is instrumental in fostering economic and commercial ties between India and the Gulf and Middle Eastern regions, promoting trade, investment, and mutual growth. Sir's extensive experience and leadership have also led him to an esteemed position at Sabarmati University, where his contributions continue to impact the academic and business communities positively. We are honored to have you here, sir. With that, I welcome Dr. Suresh Kumar Madhusoodhanan, sir, to address the session. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. The esteemed dignitaries, delegates, and the invitees, good afternoon to all of you. As the MC has introduced that I am in the industry of human resources as well as the talent management for the last 40 years under the brand of Seagull Group. Seagull Group is a 39-year-old organization proudly contributed to creating employment opportunities, fortifying the Indian economy through foreign exchange and aligning with India's demographic advantage. With 15 branches across 10 countries, Seagull has provided thousands of jobs to many job seekers in India and the neighboring countries for various opportunities in Middle East and European region. As we all know that actually the biggest asset of our country is the 1.42 million population. India is the youngest country in the world with an average age of 28.3% of age. India is the youngest country in the world, an average age of 28.3. With more than 64.2% of the population is working in the group in the working group, and it is expected to increase by 65.1% by 2031. In the next 20 years, the labor force in the industrial world is expected to decline by 4%, while in India it will increase by 32%. Most of the developed countries are experiencing an aging population, while India is growing young workforce can be an asset not just for the country, but also for the rest of the world. The fertility rate in India is 2.57, while in Europe it is 1.5 and Singapore it is 0.3. These countries have seen population decline by 30% per every year for the past few years. My subject for today is future of skill development and the job creation. As we all are knowing that actually India is transforming into the fastest growing economy. Currently we are on the 5th position, hope to be the 3rd position among few years time. The skill development and job creation have become a natural tool to ensure sustainable and linear or exponential growth of the country. As per the latest survey, an estimated 110 crores plus fresh workers would enter into the labor market, who need skill training for nearly 300 million for existing workforces will require an additional skill training over the same time period. This is a critical requirement for industrial and economic growth for the country. The government of India has taken several measures, including setting up a ministry for the skill development, and the minister for cabinet minister and minister of state for the skill development has doing a lot of job for creating skill development activities for the last 1 decade. But unfortunately, that is not gaining any sort of the desired momentum. For an example, India has got the highest, the largest education system in the world, But the skilled people available in India, or the trained people available in India is less than 5%. It is compared to 96% in South Korea and 86% in Japan and 58% in Germany. The main goal of Skilled India is to create opportunities, space, and scope for the development of the talents of the youth. The Skilling India aims at a capacity building by providing training and skill development to 500 million youths, because they have earmarked around 50,000 crores for this skilling project, for skilling around 50 crores people. We estimate that around 734 million jobs will be required globally between 2030 and 2020 and 2030 to accommodate recent and ongoing demographic shift. As far as Kerala is concerned, a survey in Malayalam Daily states that 66% of the engineering graduates working in Kerala don't need an engineer degree for the particular job. Because this is a very alarming situation, because now you can see that actually lot of engineers are coming from the engineering college. They are not able to get the jobs. As per the survey conducted by L&T Infotech, only 7% of the engineers passing out from the engineering college is getting the desired job. Approximately around 13% is getting somewhat the job, because an electrical engineer is coming out and is working in IT field. Similarly, 13% of more engineers are getting job. But 80% of the people in India is not able to secure a job after completing their engineering graduation. The reason behind is that actually the poor infrastructure, poor quality of education. With due respect, I am not criticizing any of the teachers or faculties, because they are doing a great job. But unfortunately, the system, because we implemented a new education policy after 34 years. Because hope that may be because they are included vocational training from the 6th standard, because lot of things are happening in the education sector for the last few years. Hope that actually that will yield a desired result. But the situation in India is lot of educational people are there, but they are not employable. Being in the industry for the last 4 decades, we are facing the same thing. An engineering graduate or any graduate coming and applying for a job, if you ask him to write a proper application, biodata, they are not ready to do medicine. That is the situation. And we cannot able to blame the poor children or the faculties. Problem is that the system, it has to be changed. It has to be reformed. Here it is coming the student migration. When you talk about the student migration, in 2023, about 6.5 lakh students from India migrated to study abroad and expected to reach 1 million by 2025. The most of the countries the people is migrating is Australia, Canada, UK, United States, Germany. A direct spending on study abroad by Indian students have been pegged at around 47 billion US dollars in the year 2022, and it is projected to reach by around 70 billion US dollar by 2025. The reason for migration, the study conducted by is that 33% of the students saying that actually getting an employment in India is very difficult. That is the reason 33% of the people is migrating. And the standard of education, the 29.5% say that actually the quality of education is comparatively much better abroad. And the third thing is that 12.6% of the people says that actually the poor pay. And 6.5% says that actually social and economical situation is not good in India. And 4% says that actually for the social status in the society. The top 10 reasons why Indian students prefer to study abroad. The easy admission procedure, because the engineer, for an example, if you see that India has got around 108,000, means 1.08 lakhs MBBS seats. The people attending for the entrance exam is around 20 lakhs. If is that actually out of the percentage of success is means less than 20, means it's actually out of 20, the ratio is 20%. Actually, that's what actually 20 people is attending for an entrance examination. Only one is able to qualify for that, either in management quota or a government quota. This is the one of the reason people is preferring for an easy admission procedure. For an example, the best universities or the institution in the world, you will get an easy admission rather than getting an admission in IIM or IIT in India. And the second is that various options to consider for further research. Because very few institutions in India is having the adequate research facilities and top-notch of education system. The next is development of global mindset and better life experiences. Meet people from different countries, because networking is the biggest whatever is happening, it is through the networking actually. When you are going for an international education, the networking which you are getting is much beneficial for your future when you do something. And individual and personal growth, and enhance your employment prospectus, and enhance language skill. Because many things, for an instance, actually, maybe we can see that many people coming out from the graduation after engineering and all, they are not able to communicate. And so many people coming to my organization for interviews, when we ask, just tell about yourself, they may not, they have a ready-made, this thing actually prepared, and they are just telling. In case if you ask anything, they are not able to answer it. Because language training has to be started from the school level itself, and live life on their own terms actually. That is also very much concern nowadays for the youngsters coming up. If you see that actually the business has seen three type of revolutions. One is that the social revolution, industrial revolution, then the information revolution, then the social revolution. If you see that actually during the industrial revolution, like that our grandparents and all, they were doing the job or working the job because of for their survival. When you come to the information revolution, information is everywhere actually. Now you are fingertip, you will get AI, chat GPT, whatever it may be. Information is available everywhere now. During the information time, the people were living for their standard of living. But now the thing is that actually it's a social revolution, and everything is available, and people is living for the standard of living. You come out from survival of, one it is survival, next one is standard, now it is actually the quality of life. It is very important that's the reason people prefer to go abroad for having a quality of life. When you pay high amount of money I am from Bombay, we pay very good amount of money for an apartment in Bombay. But when you come out actually the infrastructure, compare in Dubai actually, if you give half amount of that, you will get a better infrastructure in Dubai. This is the reason people prefer to go abroad and study and settle there. And when we talk about the enhancing quality education and skill development in India, because education and the skill development, because one is, so many people have said about that knowledge, and the other one is skill actually. We need both, knowledge as well as skill. But without the skill, you cannot able to perform. If you teach anything in the, for an example, a friend of mine has told me yesterday that actually I did my engineering from a leading college in Kerala, and he is also working well settled. But I need to know anything about the technical side, and I need to call a friend of mine who has done a diploma in a polytechnical. This is the situation. Because this need to be changed, because this need to be addressed. And Indian education system is the third largest globally after US and China, enrolling over 70 million students. But unfortunately, very few institutions are in the world top 100 faces challenges related to the employability. This is because very few institutions actually, if we can then. If you take top 100 institutions in India, we can have very few numbers. And if you take very top 100 institutions in India also, maybe very less in Kerala. This situation we need to address. Indian education system is currently centered on academic education and does not focus on skill-based or vocational education to cater the need of the skilled workforce. Currently, India is the higher education system in the world. We have over 100,000, around 1,000, exactly it is 1,113 universities also today we have, and around 51,000 colleges, and 3.75 crore students studying in the colleges. 91 lakh, now it's almost around 1 crore people are either completing or passing or completing the graduation and coming out to the job market. 26% of the people after the SSC, the schooling goes to the college graduation, only 26%. And it may go up to 50% by 2030, considering 2.5% growth. We have 10,500 engineering colleges and producing around 30 lakhs engineers yearly. On average, 30 lakh students are studying and 50 lakhs engineers are graduating from engineering colleges every year. That's what I said, that actually the status of engineering, 15 lakhs engineering students are coming up. If we are not able to provide proper job for around out of 2 lakhs means engineers. With efforts are being made to align education with practical knowledge and make it accessible. The University Grant Commission governs higher education, and institutions like IITs, IIM, NITs, and others have achieved global recognition. However, the system falls short of producing world-class universities compared to Harvard, Oxford, or Stanford. Now, a lot of foreign universities are starting their campus in India. Hope that actually we can able to match up our education system with the US or European education system, because that is more into the learner-centric rather than teacher-centric. A significant issue is the gap between the quality of graduates and their actual employability. The challenges lies in creating jobs that match the skills of the workforce. According to the survey, 64% of the Indian students educated but face unemployment due to the lack of essential skills required for the employment. I already explained that actually what is the problem now the students are facing. This result is an employability gap of skill gap in India, because skill gap is very, very high. Only 5% is there, those people is skilled. The education that does not lead to employment is deemed ineffective as it lacks the necessary skill and knowledge. This employability gap is evident in the country's employment data. The extensive research, the two main reasons for making students unemployable have been identified as outdated curriculum and lack of soft skills. I'll come to the curriculum. The curriculum determines what students will learn during their years of education. An average 50,000 hours people is spending in the college and school. When they come out, they are not able to work for 1 hour with their what they qualified actually. I was talking to one of the senior most maritime guy, and he was telling me that actually we used to recruit people not because of the qualification, see the quality. I go to a college or institution and check that actually who is the cricket captain here. He will take that guy, whether it is a educated, highly educated, whatever it may be. He's telling that actually I need that person's leadership quality. Normally, why I ask that actually why you're taking only that cricket captain? Because they have a discipline, they have an ethics, they have a passion, everything is there. This will enhance by training, and easily they can adapt to our system and can become a top level guy within few years of service. That's what the employers are thinking. Then we need to modulate the system according to that, because leadership quality is very much important, passion is very important, and means the attitude to grow things. These are other things what I need to tell you something actually what will be the employment opportunities. As Prakash Sara said in the inaugural vote of thanks, I came to here Trivandrum for the recruitment of Vidinyam Port. It's a very surprising that actually we got around 8,000 applications through all the media references from all the people. And out of that around 3,000 people were shortlisted. And 3,000 people were given an online test. Hardly 300 people has passed. And 2 days we were continuously having the interview for this 300 people. Out of that around 250 people came. 40 people only we got able to select. 8,000 to 40. This is a fact. This is the problem actually. The curriculum determines what students will learn during their years of education. However, the current curriculum is outdated and the teaching techniques employed are not aligned with the dynamic nature of the world. In this fact-paced environment, students are still focused on theoretical knowledge as dictated by the curriculum. That's correct, Nagna, because so many people are studying day and night, by hearting the things and coming and writing the exam, getting marks, top ranking and all. But they are not being taught what is the skill has to be gained for getting an employability job, whatever it is. The main reason is that actually the infrastructure, because we cannot blame the faculties, teachers, whoever it may be, but the infrastructure is not there. The sir was telling that, our chief guest was telling that actually he gone for an inspection, and some books from some chamber has been brought and shown for the inspection. Similarly, it's happening everywhere. I'm a director with a medical college in Kerala. Problem is that actually when there is an inspection is happening, so many things are to manage. To address this issue, modification to the curriculum are essential. Practical knowledge should be incorporated by linking industry practices with the curriculum to keep students aware of industry happenings. An individual, institution and industry collaboration is very much needed. As I said that actually I am from Mumbai, IIT Mumbai and L&D Mumbai campus is just opposite, because just a road opposite it is. If you are visited in Mumbai, you will come to know that opposite IIT, the big this is actually the company is L&D. I don't think that actually never this IIT people has gone to L&D, or L&D senior people has been visited IIT to prepare a curriculum. Maybe IIT is doing a lot of research. I'm just giving a comparison. Normally this is not happening. When someone is setting a curriculum, and industry experts should be there, and industry experts should be called for teaching. Maybe people is telling that I am not qualified to go and taught in a university level. I don't have a PhD. I don't have a master's, but I have an experience of 40 years, but I cannot able to teach in an organization, an institution. This has to change. You need to invite, all the education has to invite the industrialists to give lectures to the students on what is really they want and what can be done. This is the need of the hour. And as per as latest studies say that actually 60% of the faculties in India doesn't have a PhD for the higher education institutions. And 4,500 faculties is needed by IIT. They are not finding proper qualified faculties. The main problem is that actually we don't have proper teachers or faculties. So many people are there because, but nowadays the younger generation don't want to come into the teaching profession. And even they want to come forcefully also, they don't have a passion. Whatever the teachers, the same thing is said in the morning, Krishna Kumar sir, when somebody is there as a teacher, I think Mr. Nano Vishwanath told that actually he cannot able to speak in front of his sir. That is the respect he has got. But how many such faculties or teachers you can find in new generation? And exam-oriented classes focusing solely on preparing exams should not be avoided. Encourage broader understanding of subjects. Industrial visits should be made compulsory to expose students to the actual working environment. Another study says that actually 60% of the engineering students are not going for an internship. If an engineering student not going for an internship, how can he able to grasp the subject? And workshops, seminars and discussion on real life issues with specific domains should be continued. Sorry, to be conducted. And one more important thing is that the soft skill. The modern era personality traits and soft skill play a crucial role in employability. The National Employability Report highlights a shortage of soft skill as a significant barrier for the employment. The soft skill includes interpersonal skill, effective listening, public speaking, professional ethics, interview skills, verbal ability, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is a very important factor in today's managing the people. And assertiveness, leadership. I told you about the leadership, problem solving. And problem is nowadays, people is risk management is a very big issue. And if anything is happening, the ultimate solution is suicide. See that the number of suicide are increasing day by day, because the problem is that they don't have a problem solving skill. It has to be learned from the school itself. And critical thinking. and social behavior and time management. Time management also nowadays very, very bad, because I am in the industry for the last 40 years. I used to tell my son and daughter that actually where I am here actually the professionalism what I shown is the time management, whatever it is. Because if you start something on time, 50% it is gain success. Enhancing quality education and skill development in India. A learning module should be developed from school level to instill these values and soft skill in students, ensuring they become proficient before entering a job market. Moreover, the Indian education system lacks creativity compared to foreign counterparts that prioritize practical-based learning. I already explained this thing. It is imperative to foster creativity within the education system, breaking away from the presumption that education is merely a formality or a routine. Where it's coming role of training and research development and education. Technical education includes degree and diploma programs in engineering, technology, management, architecture, town planning, pharmacy, hotel management, catering technology, which are critical to India, so overall development. It will also require close collaboration between industry and higher education institution to drive innovation and research in these fields. Because if you see that the migration from India, Kerala to Middle East is happened in early 70s. One time till 2020, sorry, not 2000, till 2010, I believe that actually the GDP of Kerala was majorly from 35.6% of the GDP was from the overseas remittance coming from the NRIs, basically from Middle East. But that has been drastically come down to 13.5%. If you see the remittance of India has gone to 1.07 billion, sorry, $10 billion. This is the latest study, survey come yesterday only. India is the highest country getting the maximum remittance, whereas Kerala's remittance has been drastically come down. Because people are migrating from, the earlier people used to go to Middle East, they used to send money, but nowadays the people are migrating to the European and US or other countries, they are not coming back, they are taking their parents also there, then the decline of remittance is coming up. Whereas India's overseas remittance is going to $107 billion. It was around, last year it was approximately 100 billion, but this year, 2022, 23, 24, it is 107 billion US dollar. And one more thing is that actually professional education an integral part of overall higher education system. There is a study, I just going through this thing, it's very surprising. Standalone agricultural universities, legal universities, health science universities, technical universities and standalone institutions in the other fields shall aim to become multidisciplinary institution offering holistic and multidisciplinary education. The study which conducted recently is that actually in India, as I said, that actually we have 51,000 colleges, 100 plus, 1,000 plus universities. Out of that, 9% of the universities are agricultural universities. But if you see that actually intake of agriculture university is only 1%. People don't prefer agricultural universities. 46% of the people in India is dependent upon agriculture. And we don't have a quality people coming out from the agricultural university to reform the agricultural sector. Israel being a very small country, see that the agricultural production and the technology what they are using. People from here goes for a tour to Israel, study, come back. But people, the students are enrolling into the agricultural universities. They are getting a very good job, but they want to become engineers, other doctors, whatever it may be. Doctors are a lot of opportunities, and graduates. Some other aviation sector is booming. Aviation sector is India's third largest now. Domestic sector, India has become the third largest in the aviation sector. But very few institutions are providing quality aviation education and supply chain management. Supply chain management is an area is not being touched properly. There is two stalwarts are sitting there. I'm not, I'm little afraid of talking supply chain. Because 30 to 40% of the products, vegetables and fruit has been getting wasted because we don't have a proper supply chain management. There is no proper warehouse. These are the areas people should focus on study rather than going to the engineering colleges. Vocational education and skill development. Then, as I said, that actually the national education policy has been implemented in 2020, emphasize integration of vocational education with mainstream education. It is aims to expose students to a vocational education from the age of 11, ensuring 50% of the learners are to exposed to vocational education by 2025. I just want to add one more point actually. Kerala should have been a much better state compared to that this technical education or the skill development is as far as concerned, where we have a dream of becoming one of the best skill development institution by Kerala. Actually, in the part of the skill development or the training has become a part of the world curriculum. Education curriculum has been set up in 1956 by Khrushchev, the president of during the Khrushchev tenure in Russia. In India, it has been introduced in 1967 by Kothari Commission during Jawaharlal Nehru was the Prime Minister of India. And before, many years before 1928, the great Srinarayana Guru has set up a deemed university in Shivagiri called Shivagiri Free Industrial Gurukula in 1928. And he has made a prospectus, Nataraja Guru and one of his other disciple called, I forget the name. Okay, these two people, that's a foreigner. They have made a curriculum for training these people. And the curriculum says that actually the people after the age of 10, irrespective of caste, creed, or they need to be undergone certain medical tests, they're mentally fit or something, then they can be accommodated into the skill program, skill university. And some 20 positions were earmarked, that is pottery, weaving, masonry, carpenter. These are the positions has been set for training. And the land was been found, and at the same place now the SN College worker is. But unfortunately, in 1928, Guru attained Samadhi, and that project has not been take place. See that in 11, now this skill development and vocational new education policy says that 10, at the age of 10 or 11, the vocational training has to be started. If that has started in 1928, Kerala would have been a much advanced or developed state. Unfortunately, that has not happened. Now, after the COVID, around the world, core changes are taking place in the areas of employment, work culture, workplace, and work environment. New jobs need new skills, and education institutions and governments must take the initiative to mold students in the way they need to do. As per the studies by an Oxford University studies says that actually by 2030, 30% of the jobs are expected to come in 2030 is not is not there now, not existing now. But maybe after 6 years, the jobs, 30% of the jobs, we are not knowing that actually what job will be there, and 60% of the job will be declined. And in US and Europe, in banking sectors, and 60% of the people has lost the job because of AI and digitalization and all. When you talk about the future of jobs, AI, machine learning, 3D printing, data analytics, biotechnology, nanotechnology, digital marketing, neuroscience, aviation, VFX and animation, electric mobility, pharmaceuticals, supply chain and logistics, agro processing, marine products, fruits and nuts with value addition and all. It is encouraging to note that the new education policy has made giving importance on skilling. The syllabus includes learning reforms with emphasis on vocational training from class 6 onwards. We need to have an ecosystem to train and skill more people. State, central government and private sector institutions should focus on more industrial training institutes. And when we talk about industrial training institute, India has got around 15,700 ITIs. Out of the 3,700 are in UP. If you see in 80s, Kerala were having lot of ITIs. And during 80s, 70s, 80s and 90s, the migration to Middle East is mostly those people has traveled is technician, those are coming out from the ITs. These people coming out from the ITA goes for 1 year apprenticeship, then they easily get a job. But nowadays, ITs are coming down, engineering colleges are going up. And a survey from the Anna University has recently done. Last year in Chennai, 30 engineering colleges hasn't got a single admission. 30 engineering college could not able to get a single admission. And 40% of the engineering colleges in Tamil Nadu is substandard. This is a study by Anna University. And we need to have an ecosystem to train skill more people. State, central governments and other polytechnical institutions. Polytechnical also coming down. Because polytechnical immediately, because I just spoke to some polytechnical in Kerala. One of my clients in Dubai, this is a government organization called Dubai Tridoc. They need to have some sort of an IT and a diploma people. I talked to a few of the IT centers and diploma polytechnical institution. The principal is telling that actually, sir, we don't have students. Immediately after 2 years or 1 year, after 1 year of IT and after 2 years of diploma, they are being placed. Like Maruti, Jindal, ICC, Cement, all these people, they used to give the training for the next 1 year. This is the system as a corporate CSR scheme. Big MNCs are doing association with the diploma and degree, diploma and IT institutions and giving training and getting them adopted for their projects. And so many manufacturing hubs, units are coming to India. People need people. Recently, MD of L&D said that actually, Mr. Subramaniam has said that we are lacking people. 45,000 of people they need. They are not able to find people. What he is telling that actually people is migrating to the other countries and people is not coming to the work because of the freebies is offered by the state government. It's there. Times of India has come up a report yesterday and he has tweeted around 10 days back. Now we should focus on skill assessment to test their hard and soft skill mapping and skill building, language training, etc. to attract more overseas job. Because language training is very much important. Because in the school or college level, we can start language training, any language. English is very much important. Other languages are there. That has to be a part of curriculum. When children join college or higher education, they should be aware of the job opportunities after 10 years in order to choose the field of education and the course. Because whatever it is actually, now the people, for an example, when something is, some an advertisement is coming, okay, this organization has sent people immediately after a particular course. Everybody is joining in that particular, but we may not be knowing that actually whether they get an opportunity after completing their graduation, what the course. For an example, again, I'm targeting the engineering because that is my core area of recruitment. In engineering, I was talking to a friend who is an engineer, senior engineer sitting here. I will tell you, sir, actually, let me... No, I will tell you, let me come back. After this question, I will answer you. Because I was asking him, and the thing is that, do you have any subject called HSC in engineering? He has done from one of the best engineering college. And he said that, sir, no, it's very hard. It's HSC, health, safety, environment is the core area in the oil and gas sector because most of the people travel for job is Middle East is oil and gas sector. HSC and HSC means health, safety and environment is a very core area, but we don't teach that particular subject on the engineering curriculum. Safety is very much important, and you might have been noticed that the fire in the Kuwait labor camp and all, it's happened because of the lack of safety. Every 10 crew need a one safety guy now in all the oil and gas industries, any industries. And safety, we are a lot of opportunities are coming. It's going to come also. If you do some sort of a proper safety courses with a particular international certification like in NABOSH or IOSH, it will be easily you will be getting a job. Sorry, I will just finish in 2 minutes, then I will give the answer. When, India can grow into a world economy power only if there is a radical change in the education system. In conclusion, in shaping a better tomorrow, we require a grounded education system that places science, technology, research, training, and skill development at the core purpose of lead society to the higher growth trajectories. As I said, that individual, institution and industrial collaboration is very much needed. The educational and the social organization in the states need to pay a closer attention to the create a more opportunities for future skills. That's all. Thank you very much. Now I will answer the question to the sir. The Malayali attitude. Sir, actually Malayalis are very good when they go out from Kerala. I will just give a quote said by Mr. Mukesh when he came for a function in Bombay. It's like that actually when Malayali is sitting in the aircraft, they fasten their egos. Same thing. When they go out, they don't have any ego. They are ready to work anything. They will do whatever. The maximum productive people is Malayalis, and they are very intelligent people. But when they come out, they unfasten the seatbelt, their ego or the attitude, whatever it is. The problem is that actually social, whatever the social security, I don't know what to say. I left Kerala in around 40 years back. I gone to Bombay for my 800 JE. But my father and mother was there in Bombay. They haven't allowed me to come back. After my PDC I went. But the thing is that actually the attitude, everything changed actually. And we don't bother about the others, what they are doing. But now it is changing because now people is not bothered about others, what neighbor is going. There was a joke when there is an electricity going from house and you will not go to their DB box or anything that what is happening. They will just go and see that the neighbor's house. Whether they are gone, the electricity is gone, they will be happy. This is the attitude. I am not blaming Malayalis or whatever it may be. Malayalis are the best people where they go abroad. And here also people like you are, so many people are there. All the people are there in Kerala is highest in education, healthcare, tourism, all because of the people here. We cannot able to, but since you asked the question, I just give it a clear answer as far as my experience is concerned. And people is not, for an example, when people are coming for interviews and all, no, they are not serious about getting a job. They are just coming and putting blame on the interviewer that he has not asked me that, this and that. There are so many excuses they are giving. That's the problem. Because that has to be developed from the school, college level. That actually, the attitude has to be competitive. Yeah. This is what actually... Eh? Yeah, okay. If time is there, I am ready to answer. I think, this is... I am not criticized anyone because I criticize the system, what we are having to have a great future of our country. Yeah. Okay. Dr. Nanu Vishwanathan, I will just give you certain inputs because I was a part of the skill development activities of Government of India. I've been in the committee of the drafting of immigration management bill and all. This skill development as ministry and state skill development corporation also do lot of centers are there. The problem is that actually they are not able to produce the employable candidate from there because they need to work on what is the demand and what is the supply. For an example, we have around 4 or 5 centers in various parts of India giving their skill training. We don't give any certificates. We train the people according to the need of our clients, and we just focus on the requirement what is difficult to get. For an example, we are doing training for scaffolding, spray painters, blasters, sheet metal fabricators, insulators. All this position which we need continuously, we will give around 1 month training or 45 days training, and the delegates from the client side will come and physically do the trade testing, whether they are competent or they are capable to do the job. They don't need any certificate. But the certificate is actually, this is a system, Indian system, and we cannot, and you... Yeah.
So when we just ask students to come with us, they always ask, the first question, sir, will you give a certificate? So, helping a blind man to cross the road, somebody needs a certificate. So this kind of an attitude should be discouraged. And there is something more, something beyond what is seen in certificates.
Sir, actually,
What is the real skill actually that?
okay, that is the real skill what is to be needed. Accordingly, it has been trained. As I said, an example that actually ITs and polytechnicals, the MNCs are approaching them and giving the training what they need. If Maruti Udyog is coming and approaching certain ITs and polytechnics that you taught them this curriculum for the next 1 year and make them, send them for 6 months internship so that after their certification they can implement directly offer the job. And this is the same thing is happening. And now NSDC, earlier it was a lot of big scandal happened in NSDC's certification program, all this thing. But now they have made it mandatory because there is a particular hours of training and biometrics they are getting it is English Aadhaar and the center will be given grant for each and every. Can you just yeah, can you switch off that mic? Okay, this is actually the certification system is one side it is good, the other side it is bad also. But government,
We should look beyond certificates.
yeah, we should look beyond certification. We should look what is the requirement of an employer. Yeah, and the exams. Exams actually, people should enjoy the exams. This has become a burden for the students to attend the exam. And their stress level is increasing, their health condition is deteriorating. When the overseas universities, people only have four hours in a day in the class is there, maybe 4 days in a week or 3 days in a week. They enjoy, they work, they earn money. And this is the way they are enjoying the education. Hope gradually the system will change and improve the education system and everybody will be competent for getting an employment. Hope there is no further questions. No, because that we need to educate, motivate them from the beginning itself actually what is the role of a teacher. Salary is a very main concern. Because people ask to leave. And that I said 4,500 vacancies are there in IIT. Because no IITians are joining an IIT for a teaching profession because they are getting crores of offer when they, even before passing out. This is what the situation. Because no IIT students after completing their graduation or post-graduation don't want to work. Because they are getting highly paid jobs in abroad or in India. This is the same situation because teaching profession or certain profession, the salary has to be competitive. Then only they will choose. It's a noble profession, but people from the olden days think about that actually teaching is a noble profession. I should teach, but nowadays everybody need money, and money is need actually because the cost of living has been drastically gone up. For any sector in India, if you see that we have done a comparative study of salaries. Last 6 to 7 years, the salary of India has been, private sector, it has been gone double. But in a government and all, I don't think it is happening. The cost, everything has been going up. Thank you. Thank you very much for the patience and time.